Alright, so I didn't want to have to make a video like this. I swore to make my channel non-political, my social media, you know, that kind of thing. I always keep it inside, okay? My page is about spirituality, self-improvement, and, you know, looking into yourself and changing yourself, right? But if you're watching this, this is around the time in America just after Charlie Kirk has gotten assassinated, and I cannot tolerate it anymore. And I think that all of this shit going on, because it's not just Charlie Kirk, that is the boiling point for me and for a lot of people. A lot of people are starting to wake up, and it's important. And now I've been on this stuff for longer than most people, okay? For 2 years before it was mainstream. And I think we all know what we're talking about, right? So it can't help but just notice everything going on, right? And I have a point here that ties into everything, is that with everything going on in the world, politically, economically, our current state of living in my generation, Gen Z, is getting completely fucked. We have houses are costing $500K to $1 million average, jobs that don't even pay that, jobs that don't exist, AI is taking over everything, and obviously we're gonna be radical. Obviously our generation has to be the one to do something about it, okay? How many more deaths, how many more white people are going to spill blood and die for no reason, simply for being white? And no one wants to talk about this, but you know, there's so many guys I see on the internet, there's so many big jacked bodybuilders, and you guys aren't actually strong because why aren't you saying anything? If you're so big and strong, why are you afraid to voice up? So I feel like I have to do something about it, okay? Our problem lies with our toleration. Us white people are too nice. We are too agreeable, and that's our downfall, is that we like to love our neighbor. But I think that gets misinterpreted from the Bible and Christianity, because loving your neighbor does not mean loving people from a third world country who invade your territory and don't respect your morals. They believe different things than you. They think your God is nothing and burning in hell. That's not your neighbor, okay? Our generation is in a very weird time because we don't have any great war. If you look at any generation throughout time, they've had a great war. You know, World War I, World War II, the Civil War. There's always wars going on, but now we live in a digital age where everything is digitalized. There's not as many feet on ground soldiers shooting and killing, and no more swords, no more fighting. It is all just threatening and clicking buttons to send out nukes, and it's kind of a very weird time to live in. But what we have to realize is that we are at spiritual war, spiritual warfare. And people always ask me, and people always like to, you know, it's crazy to me how they're saying, oh, you know, the spirit, like, why do you care about so much about your ancestry or your people, whatever? Like, people take for granted so much the fact that we had lineages before us of our ancestors in Europe or wherever you're from. You know, this isn't just, I'm not just talking about white men, but I am a white man and I'm standing up for me. If you're black or if you are Asian or whatever you are, we are all fighting the common enemy, which is the Satanists, the satanic people of the world, the international clique, okay? So if you're black, if you're Asian, if you're whatever, Indian, stand up for your people, okay? Stand up for what your people fought for, because that is you. If you have no connection to your ancestors or no feeling of anything like that, then it's worked on you. You've forgotten. They want to make you forget. You see them in Europe. They're mass immigrating from people all over the world. destroying their culture, tearing down statues, tearing down beautiful churches, burning churches, and it's crazy the amount of stuff that is going on, and people just, oh, it's okay, it's fine, I'll live with this. I'll live with all these issues. It's deeper than you, bro. We're humans, and we think that, yeah, everything's about me or my self-improvement. But the premise of your self-improvement is to help other people and help society, perpetuate society forward in a world you would actually want to live in. And that is the thing, the only thing you can do to do that is by working on yourself. Okay? The psyop is going to try and break you down and make you forget and make you brain dead. Literally. Okay, this is serious. You're eating foods that they're putting out with God knows what, 50 million ingredients, chemicals, lab-made synthetic stuff. Our water is all fucked up. We got fluoride in our water, calcifying our brain, making us 60% less intelligent. We're psyoped by this whole programming of college and schooling, funneled through a system to lead us nowhere. Maybe our parents, before our parents, our grandparents, that was the best option, to go to college, to get a degree. Yes, I agree. That's what I would do if I was in that time. Guess what? We don't live in that happy place anymore. Their prime American spirit is gone. The 50s, the 60s, 70s were good times to live in. You get a house, you get a wife, you can afford to take care of your family as a man. Nowadays, that's obsolete, and all these girls are also psyoped. They're going around being told that it's okay to go sleep around, to not be close to God. And I'm not even judging, because there's always been sluts, right? There's always been sluts. The only way you get salty is if you confuse a slut with a wife. Then you'll be salty. But what I'm saying is it's a mass that these women are always just going to look for the richer man. There's no more traditional love and family. That's being de-institutionalized, and we're being scraped from our heritage and our culture. And the only thing that you can do about it is wake up and remember everything that is going on in the world. And the only thing, this is what motivates me the most, that I've never talked about. Okay, and it's gonna get pretty deep, and I'm taking a risk by even talking about this. That's how messed up it is that even by talking about this on YouTube, but I don't give a fuck, okay? It's come to that point where it's like, how many more of these people are going to die? I know I'm not a big name, I don't really have much of a following, so again, if you don't have a bunch of people listening to you, then you're probably not a target, but I'm risking it anyways, okay? None of this is normal. Our state is in a very weird spot with Trump and Epstein and all this shit. People don't think, they think, oh yeah, that's made up, or that's just some alien shit. It doesn't actually apply to me. It does directly apply to you. You don't realize it, but time will fly by. They'll keep doing what they're doing, and eventually we're just gonna live in a third world country, a shithole, with no more families, with no more traditional values, no more masculinity. And this is our biggest problem that you, who I'm speaking to, can help fight against. Okay? If you're listening to this, at this point, I want you to wake up every day and place your success on something external, something more than just you, because it is all within you. But the why, the bigger picture, the why, not just because, oh, well, I want to get in good shape so I can get more girls, or I can look better, or feel more confident. No. I need to be strong like my ancestors were, like a Spartan. So I'm capable of violence, and I'm capable of resisting. And that is my temple, okay? That's why I work out. That is why I push myself in the gym harder and harder, because I remember everything that is going on in the world, what they're trying to do to our people. And getting closer to God is the most important thing of this all. Because remember, it's spiritual warfare. The Satanists, the paganists, the ones that want to end the world, seek ruin of our souls and want us to have no connection to God. That's why they're destroying churches, promoting all this blasphemy, this gay LGBTQ shit in churches. Every church that I go to, not every church, but most churches around the US are now having flags with LGBTQ, has nothing to do with God. Why is that even happening? So the only thing that you can really do is to wake up every day, decide that you have a part in this, you play a role, you're a number, and we are going to fight against this together. My goal, I'll be straight up, my goal here is to build an army of strong men who are masculine, capable, and awakened, so that this garbage nonsense ends and we can actually live in a world that's worth living in and not just some dump. And you don't realize it, but what I am saying, even if you don't believe in it, you'll come back to this video and be like, wow, he was spitting facts, he was right all along. We need to do something. So every single habit and action that I have aligns with this bigger vision, okay? This bigger vision of the world. I want to change the world. I want to be a part of this movement. And it starts with masculine men standing up for themselves, speaking up, not being scared, not being fear, not playing their little game, but rather every single action. You're training in the gym to fight. You're learning how hand-to-hand combat. Maybe even learning how to handle weapons and be a sharpshooter. Learning how, these are all traditional male values, but why I do all these things is for the bigger picture. Why I go to the gym every day. Train my ass off in the gym. Why I'm getting closer to God and my spirituality, realizing there's way more to this than just what we see on the physical realm. It's why I only fuel my body with whole foods and food that's not gonna fucking rape my brain and make me easily controllable. Most men aren't even men anymore. I don't look at most men and think that's a man. You look at someone who's skinny fat with gyno and tits and skinny ass arms and you're like, what are you? Like, seriously? Like, it breaks my heart. Like, what? Did men really just fall off completely? The estrogen rates are so high. We forgot about testosterone. And honestly, for most men, I would say, you know, naturally try to boost your testosterone. You can do that. But honestly, bro, most men, it would be advantageous to just hop on TRT. Because the higher testosterone you have as a male, the more politically and everything you actually start to care more. You care about your people, you care about your religion, you care about your culture, your people, and you can actually have that capability to do something. So it starts with the simple shit, right? The fighting, the training, the everything. But then what are you doing? The end goal is to become important. Start that channel, start that social media, start saying how you feel, spread awareness. We're in this together. And it starts with your self-improvement. So everything you do has to be associated towards this higher goal that's way out there, okay? This is not what anyone else is saying. They're saying, oh, well, I can get you jacked. I'll help you get jacked so then you can get more bitches, right? No, you lost the whole fucking point. It is way beyond you or what you can comprehend. Okay? So I don't care what race you are, we're all fighting the same enemy. It's not a race war. It's not political. It's not Democrats versus Republicans. It is simply good versus evil. That's all it is. That's all, like the laws of the universe. Equal and opposing forces. With light, you have dark. With good, you have evil. With God, you have Satan. So what side are you on? And it is lazy as a man, the most beta shit you can ever do, to just lie there and watch everything happen. Just watch like a cuck. You're a cuck. You're watching the world around you get fucked. And you're sitting there saying, oh, this isn't important. Let me turn on my Netflix, my programming from the news that's just fake. And I'm gonna go to my church that has been completely shit on. It has nothing to do with the actual spirit. They don't want you to remember that. Look around you. Go out in society and go just look around and look at what the world has become. And if you have any sort of competence or self-improvement, or you have gotten out of the noise and you've gone down the rabbit hole, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We need to resist. We need to stand up and do something about all of this garbage, this bullshit, this nonsense. This isn't even just about me. This is my channel, yes. But this is the bigger picture. Okay? You need to get closer to God. That is my main message here. Find that relationship through Christ. It breaks my heart through every single thing that I see. And this isn't blaming another group of people. This is just, like, it's not even in the same boat as a conspiracy theory. I hate when people say that. Like, the evidence is clear. It's clear as day. So, everyone's scared to say something about it. Everyone's just kind of fear-mongered by the news, and it's working. But you need to resist. You need to become capable, again. You're a man, okay? You know what men did 100 years ago? They fought for what they believed in. They held morals, they held values, and they had a family they loved and cared about, and they had land, more importantly, that they wanted to defend, that they were willing to die on in a bloody psalm. And now we're just sitting around eating chips. This is exactly what Fight Club, the movie, was talking about, if you've ever seen that. He was literally explaining that we're in a weird place with no great war, and we're stuck in this weird transition era where it's just spiritual war. People are consumerism, they're buying shit that they're working a job that they hate so that they can buy shit that they don't need. That is literally it. And you're gonna live a hedonistic lifestyle, and you're gonna go out on the weekends and be content. That's what they want. Give them bread and wine and they'll never revolt. Caesar said that, okay? In the Roman era, in the Colosseums. Give them entertainment, the football games. That's a fucking psyop. What are you doing watching sports? I don't care if you love sports, if that's your thing. I don't care. That's not important. What is millionaires throwing around a ball gonna fucking do for you? And then you get emotionally upset about it? Like, it's working on you, bro. You're the problem. You're not doing anything. You're content. I'm just gonna get out of the way. I'm just gonna live my life. No. What the fuck are you doing if you're not working towards Christ? Working towards enlightening yourself, awakening, and fighting. That masculine essence of resistance, fighting, and saying what you believe. I'm tired of it. So you're comfortable. That's what they want. They want you to be distracted and comfortable. You're watching TV, you're watching games. I can't explain this to you. I've been doing this for years. If it doesn't have to do with me, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't watch their movies or their TV or their programming. Don't listen to anything on the news. I haven't watched news in over 2 years, probably longer, because I always knew it was bullshit. What they're telling you in college, that's all bullshit. You need to wake up and realize that there's something within you, because most people will never have this realization. There's way more to everything than just the physical realm. It's, there's the mental plane, spiritual plane, and the physical plane. But you need to align yourself with that culture, with God, and fight the right fight, the good fight. I'm tired of seeing the world collapse in a slow, hemorrhaging death. Is slowly becoming ruined. And then what they preach to us is a whole bunch of men should not be toxic masculine. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll break it down. This is the life most men are living. They're just being told what to do, being told what they like. They don't even know their identity. They don't really even know what's going on with their life, who they want to be, what they're doing. And they do what they're told, like a sheep, like a beta, whatever words you want to use. Being told, okay, yeah, yes, sir, I'll work for your company. Yes, I'll do that. Yes, sir, I better not be late again or you'll fire me. Yes, I'm obedient. I'm a good boy. And yeah, I won't say anything against anything, and I'm an atheist. You're the biggest you're the biggest pussy ever. If you say you're an atheist or you don't believe in anything, or, it's just sad, man. You think your grandparents, your great-grandparents, if you're watching this and you're a white man, you think your great-grandparents would have fought in World War II against their own German brothers and sisters if they knew the world would turn out the way it is now? You think if they were alive, or even they are alive, what do you think they're thinking? I can't imagine. And that's why I'm fighting for my family, for my heritage. We will restore everything. We will take what they stole. And remember what I said. If you want a quick little guide, you don't know what the fuck to do, I'll break it down simple. If it doesn't have to do with improving yourself, physically, mentally, or spiritually, it doesn't concern you. No more sports, no more TV shows, or Netflix, or any programming, because all of it's garbage too. It's subliminal messaging to get you to agree and comply. That's what you don't understand, is that they're literally messaging you through every single thing you see to get you you're not aware of it, but you're just subconsciously being okay to this idea, reinforced over and over psychology. Over and over and over. Okay. Yeah, okay, now I believe this. Even the biggest psyop, and I might get in trouble for this, biggest psyop ever. Think about how much you've heard about the Holocaust in every fucking, in middle school, and every year I was taught about how and it's only one narrative. They don't give you any other perspectives. How creepy is that you're in a building, a government building where you're forced to be in, and you're being told by some fucking teacher about how horrible the Holocaust was and all these horrible things that happened, and it's none of it's even actually true. None of it even adds up. But besides that, let's say it was all completely historically accurate. Why is it being pushed so fucking hard at such a young age? Why are we being told these things over and over and over, only from one side? It's it's obvious. It's if someone's a closeted homosexual and they keep on saying, I'm not gay, it makes everything about that. I'm not fucking gay, bro, I swear. You start to think hold on, wait a minute, why is he over explaining this over and over and over again, trying to get this point across so hard? That's weird, right? That raises an alarm. So besides all that, why are we only told about one side of things? And look, you can think whatever you want to think about it, but genocides have been going on since the dawn of human time. You just don't hear about them in the textbooks, because guess who owns those textbooks and the schools? Yep, you guessed it right. So why are we living in this creepy dystopian world, and the news and everything, it's just all bullshit. We need to wake up. We need to live how like a 50s man would live. I don't even fucking go on my phone. I just don't, because I don't care. I literally frame it as if I'm living as a 1950s man. Like, I'm just fighting for my country. You know, I'm trying to dress more nicely. I mean, right now I'm kind of in street clothes. I'm about to get groceries and head back to the crib, but I've been dressing more nicely. You know, collared shirts, pants. Be a gentleman. Remember your culture. Going to church. Hanging out with only people that are going to better you and tighten that inner circle of masculine. Good friends. Wake up and have the courage. If your friends, you're scared of being alone is the best way to become closer with Christ. So don't be afraid of, you know, well, my friends, what are they gonna think? Who cares? Fuck them. If they're not doing anything for you and you know they're fake, and you know the only reason they're hanging out with you is because you're drinking buddies or you smoking buddies. If you ask that guy to go to jail for you, they'd fold instantly. They wouldn't go to jail for you. You need brothers. You don't need friends. That's girly. You need brothers. I only hang out with fucking 4 people. 4 people. That's it. Because I don't want any outside garbage going on. And I'm always welcome to new friends, obviously, if you're good, and that's why I'm posting these videos. But you need to realize this is much more than yourself. And I have to be the one to speak up about it, because all these fucking bodybuilders and big ass jack guys I know and I see on the internet, they'll post about it. They'll post one Charlie Kirk video. The day he died, everyone posted a fucking video and somehow made it about themselves. Well, they missed the whole fucking point. Like, if no one else is gonna speak up, you have all these big ass muscles, but you're weak spiritually, you don't even know what you're fighting for, then what the fuck is the point of those muscles? That's what it comes down to. So if it doesn't have to do with you or bettering yourself, cut it out. Fuel your body with raw, organic, non-processed, non-GMO bullshit. Pay the extra money. Or go to a farm where they can't fuck with you. Get yourself right. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is beyond you. It's not about you. You think it's all about you. And yes, you are the universe. So create your own personal reality. Influence other people. Spread the message of awareness. And we can fight together. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.